What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening. I was about to say good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. However you want to put it. Because it's almost nighttime for me. But I wanted to come through and have a little live with y'all. Do a little update. Hey, Nene. Hey, Lady Goddess. Hey, Nene. This one is for Shaquella Robinson. We want to do a update and kind of tap into what's going on with this case. Because it's been crazy, and I don't know if y'all been keeping up, but it's been really, really crazy. And I don't know if y'all seen my last video, and I know a lot of people like had their reservations about it, may have had their reservations about it, but let me tell you, the reason why I speak on certain things is because it's starting to become just too familiar. It's starting to become a cycle. We see it all the time now. I mean, although it's different, different faces. I mean, what did they say? The picture may change, but the frame remain the same. You know what I'm saying? So we see this all too often, where one group of people have to protect another group of people, and they all and it becomes one big conspiracy. It becomes one big cover up. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, let's dive into it real quick, okay? I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I'm not gonna hold y'all up, and I'm not gonna have y'all on all night, okay? I just want to go over some stuff because, like I said, we seen this before, and so we know whenever it's a cover up, we know that there's some big wigs involved. We know that it's let me go straight to it. We know that there's some digging, some extra digging we have to do, right? And see, I believe if that footage hadn't came out of that attack, y'all, they would have got off. They would have got off because at this point right here, it's looking like the Mexican officials was covering up for them. It seemed like the doctors was covering for him, because how do you be on the scene with her for 3 hours? I don't want to dive right into it, but let me go ahead and kind of catch everybody up to what's going on. Okay, so anyway, here's the new article that went out, and it was basically talking about how Shaquella was reportedly still alive when the paramedics arrived. Okay, and this is, remember what one of her friends, well, I don't want to say friends, I don't want to use that term too loosely, but one of the parties involved, Nazir, claimed that she was alive when he got there. If anybody watched it, I don't think we watched his live. I don't think I reported on his live because I didn't want to get him too much airtime. That's why I didn't show the fight. But so he also said that she was alive when he got there. Remember, he said that he was under the impression that she had alcohol poisoning. He believed what everybody else said, and he believed that she had alcohol poisoning. So now it's the statement came out that's saying it was reported that she was still alive when the paramedics arrived, and a doctor spent 3 hours trying to save her. It was said that he tried to administer her IV and he could not do that. And it also was said that her friends literally tried to stop the doctor from transporting her to the hospital. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, because them being successful with transferring her to the hospital could have possibly saved her life. I think we all agree it could have possibly saved her life. Um, but of course, the hospital have in Mexico is different. It's different. They have their fee. They have their fee, and so I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if the reason why they didn't report her to the hospital was because they wanted to charge, $5,000, from my understanding, for her to actually have a pay up front. She had to pay her copay up front, and our insurance don't mean anything in another country. Okay, so that's why you have to have traveler's insurance, and that's why you still have to have money to put aside just in case you have to come out of pocket, in case you get hurt, injured. You can get hurt, injured on ATVs. I mean, just anything, right? So, from my understanding, it was the cost, and that's the connection between the crew calling her parent or calling her mother and asking her mother for $5,000 because that's how much it would have cost for her to go to the hospital. So anyway, my whole thing is, okay, she didn't go, they didn't transfer, but it's a doctor. It's a doctor on the scene. It's a doctor on the scene. For one, that could have authorized that transfer is what I'm thinking. That could have made sure, and override hold on. Let me make sure I had his screen blown up. And override what anybody else say. And could have had her transported to the hospital. However, it seemed really weird to me that he would allow them to create that diagnosis. That he would allow them to tell him what's going on, and he's a medical professional. And not only that, he's seeing somebody who clearly looked like they could have been attacked. It was clearly some guys there, so it could have even been a domestic violence situation. Okay, but he allowed that group to tell him what was going on, and he there for 3 hours doing what? And then I'm not understanding, why did one of the friends even have to do, well, one of the crew have to do CPR? And it was a nurse, and it was I'm not really understanding that. Like, why did? Anyway, so y'all, this right here is basically the latest. Well, I'm not gonna say the latest, but this is the most biggest thing that came out so far. Let me see. She was pronounced. Okay, it also said that she was pronounced dead at 5. I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm pretty sure y'all probably already caught this too, because this is one of my things. Like, okay, well, first of all, didn't you guys say that she died 15 minutes after her injury, which means she would have died at what, 3:30, and it went from 3:00, 3:30 to 5:57. So, that's another thing. Like, which one is it? Why is there so many conflicting stories? So many conflicting, and this just goes to show you, if you ask me, that Mexican was really just gonna throw this stuff out. They was gonna sweep it under the rug. Like, they did not care to have an official cause of death. To have it, they did not care. I dive right into it, y'all. I dive right into it. I got to catch my breath for a minute, because this right here is just, it's too much. It's too much. They literally was going to just throw this out, sweep it under the rug. They was not going to look 2 seconds into what's really going on. They wasn't. If that video hadn't got leaked, we wouldn't be here today. Y'all do recognize that, right? We wouldn't be here today talking about this. I mean, really. I mean, I'm not saying that her parents wouldn't have fought and finally got her to the point. Okay, so look. The partial police report was provided to the Charlotte Observer by the investigative report in Minamix, whatever, news publications in Mexico. In the report, authorities say at 2:13 on October 29th, medical aid was summoned to the villa where Robinson and her vacation crew were staying, located in San Jose de la Cabo. Okay, an hour later, I don't know this doctor, from the American Medical Center, a local hospital in the area, arrived to an hour later. The doctor arrived to assist Robinson. Okay, she then was told by others at the house. She was told by others at the house. So she was told when she came on the scene, this is what's going on with her. She drunk. She had a lot of alcohol. She had a lot to drink. Now, y'all, we got some video clips that came out that we haven't seen, that I want to show y'all, that I haven't played. to where she appeared to be distant, to where it appeared she appeared to be asleep. But what is the time frame on this? Was this before? Because I'm really having a hard time believing that this was her before, looking like she drunk, but she was up and playing the game a couple of hours later and having a good old time, and then she was back drunk again. Like, come on now. Then you give us a report telling us, autopsy report saying she had no alcohol in her system. So which one was it? Was she drunk or was she? We heard, oh my God, come on now. This don't sound all too familiar. Was she drunk or wasn't she? Which one is it? But anyway, so yeah, they get there at 2:13. Okay, and they tell her that she had a lot to drink. She had a lot of alcohol, and so she decided to give her an IV. So I guess she realized her vitals was unstable, but she was still conscious. Is what they saying, correct? She was still conscious, right? But I guess she looked dehydrated. So they tried to give her IV, but it wasn't successful, from my understanding. They don't say that on this report, but the report goes on to say she found a female understood in the report to be Robinson with stable vital signs, but dehydrated. Okay, so her vitals were stable, but she was dehydrated, unable to communicate verbally, appearing to be inebriated. So she evaluated the situation just by looking at her as a professional doctor. Now, I'm wondering, first of all, was Miss Gutierrez, Dr. Gutierrez, do anybody know whether or not she spoke or understood English? Was that said? Do anybody know in the comments? Do anybody know? Did she, how was her translation skills? Was there any type of miscommunication? Because I know dang on well. Do anybody know? Like, was she a Spanish speaking doctor? Did she understand English very well? So she observed this woman with a knot on her head. Okay, looking like she'd been attacked. All of these different people in the same room with her. Okay, where she could be anywhere around her attacker for 3 hours. And this woman decides she's inebriated. She's inebriated, and I want to know who leaked the video too. I'm trying to slow down because it's so much. Excuse me, y'all. It's so much, y'all. And so I don't know why. I mean, I'm not saying that, we dealing with a cover up now, because now the footage has been leaked. Now the FBI is involved, so it's a little bit different. I think it up the scale now. But before, they straight up was covering this up. And they written this girl off. They written her off as cardiac arrest. Yeah, it was an article saying that she died from cardiac arrest. They written her off as alcohol poisoning. And they let it go. They covered for each other. They let them kids go. I know they ain't kids, but y'all, I call anybody younger than me kids for whatever reason. I don't know. And then plus when they act childish, they do childish kitty stuff. So yeah, where I'm trying to figure out for those 3 hours why Dr. Garaci, y'all, excuse me, I can't pronounce her name, but while that doctor is in the room for 3 hours, you mean to tell me all you got out of that was that she was inebriated? That's all you can come up with from 3 hours. So anyway, it's also been said that the rest of the crew that was there did not want her to go to the hospital or whatever. But if Winter called 911, I'm starting to have a different perspective, but I'm still kind of stuck in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of stuck in the middle. It's like the jury is still out because there's so much going on right now, and I don't want to stamp something and then just be totally wrong. But I'm also thinking like if Winter called 911, maybe they did not go, they couldn't take her to the hospital because they couldn't afford the $5,000. Now, however, I also heard that Shaquella had $10,000 on her in cash. I heard that she had credit cards. So was her calling 911 just a play off and trying to appear concerned? Or did the doctor tell her to tell Winter to call 911? And that's the reason why she called 911? To play it off like she was, see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we got two things right now. And for me, I don't know about y'all, but the jury is still out right now. Because I think it's just so much still popping up. And it's like, wait a minute. You know, because a part of me, whenever I see some people just moving weird, and I notice that they just come out of nowhere and just move in a way where you like, I would have never expected that from such and such. For me, I'd be like, oh, you plotted this. You build your animosity up like you. That's where I be at when I see it go to that length. So I automatically, when I say that, I start looking there first. However, you know, could this have been something that just jumped off and escalated? Because we do have little clippings. I know I showed them. I'm gonna show them again real quick, and we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. Hold on. So yeah, I know I showed y'all the clip or whatever. I dropped the little shorts of them all out. As a matter of fact, let me play y'all the video that was on, what is it? What is his channel called? The North Carolina beat. Yeah. Because he got more of a longer story. So this was her story that she posted. Let's look at that real quick, y'all. Let's look at the story that she posted so we can actually see the chains of events. Because I also know when anybody that have Instagram, correct me if I'm wrong, because I have Instagram, I'm not on it a lot. So correct me if I'm wrong. When you posting on a story, it's not like they live clips. They can also be you just uploading videos. Because I'm wondering, like, was they in the right order? You know, I don't know. But let's just take a look at them before I go any further. If they still on his page. Because I know it's been a lot of talk about this too with the North Carolina beat. Y'all, it's been so much going on. It's crazy. It's crazy that we even have to go through all of this madness. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But you know what? I don't think Mexico really give a dang about the U.S. I really don't, especially not right now. You know, I'm not gonna talk crazy because I want to get a little bit deeper and say why, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't think that they really, you know, I don't think they give a dang about us right now. I don't think they really care for us. I ain't gonna get into political reasons as to why, but just trust me, they don't. They don't like us right now. Who out there know I'm telling the truth? Okay. And like I said, I ain't even got to get into details. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at her IG share, her IG stories. Better one than this because he got his logo on serious. I'm not even gonna lie. I think everybody know you got her. with your logo.
Content. Up and I went global. Can't play around, I had to grow up.
Can y'all hear it? Drop a one if y'all can hear the sound.
We got our first day, buddy. Buddy.
45. Okay, there. And again, my why didn't go to the full screen?
It's just us in this big ass house. That's crazy.
Okay, I wanted it to go to full screen. I don't know why I won't go to full screen for me. But and then I don't like the logo. Like I'm just having a real hard time. I'm having a real hard time to believe that somebody will take somebody else's content and throw their logo on there just because you saw it before somebody else, or just because somebody else sent it to you and not somebody. Like it's just weird to me. Like this is not your content. It's hers. You slap your logo on it. So when people are sharing it and they looking into this case and they looking to see, can y'all hear me? Because I just went left real quick, but I'm kind of like, they kind of just threw me off. Like here it is, people just want to look into her case and find out what's going on and spread awareness. You got your big old logo. Like it's your content. Like you created that content. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I got one. And it might have his logo on it too. The one I got might have his logo on it too. But guess what? I got one that we can look at real quick. Because we want to, like, we have to really look at this. This is so different. Like it seemed like it went from 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. That's why I felt like, that's why I guess I lean more on the side of a setup, because I'll be like, who can get that much anger over somebody to where they beat them? And it wasn't like she was swinging back. You didn't even get hurt from what she wasn't even swinging back. Crazy, right? Okay, so y'all, I got one. And it ain't got the logo and all on there. I don't do that weird stuff.
Down to it. Fuck those who don't do it how we do it, because we used to drink motherfucking
drink.
Is this how you make it bigger?
One. Down to it. Fuck those who don't do it how we do it, because we used to drink motherfucking
drink.
Okay, so let's not, now she might not have had no alcohol in her system. Y'all, let me pause it right here because we got to talk. She might not have had, stop saying she ain't had no alcohol in her system. Stop saying she ain't had no alcohol in her system, because she might have had some. It just wasn't enough for her to actually have alcohol. Now let's just kind of clear this up. You can have a form of alcohol poison where you just got a bad hangover. Okay, where you just got diarrhea, and that's considered alcohol poison. I've never heard nobody have alcohol poison to the extent that they die. You see what I'm saying? But alcohol poison, you can have alcohol poison just from, just going over your limit a little bit and having a hangover and not really feeling. So this is just like alcohol poison to the extent, but The autopsy claims that she didn't have no alcohol in her system. We clearly hear her toasting. So I'm going to say either she toasted, she just may have had that one drink or that one whatever, that cocktail that she was drinking. But if that's the case, then what made her cut her drinks off so early in the game? Because I thought about that. I'm like, it looked like they at the table, they having dinner, they having tacos. Everybody know when you in Mexico, you want to have tacos, fajitas, margaritas, all of that. So what made her cut her drink if she did not have alcohol in her system? Excuse me. What made her cut her drink off or her drinks off early? Is it because she have a good time like me and talk a little stuff when she drunk? And people might get offended.
One.
Winter, come on now.
Deja, you be working.
Deja, we know you weren't working on upper body when you was working out. Come on, let me see what you got, Winter. Winter, what is that? What a card at, man. These people here.
See what I'm saying? And how many of y'all like that? How many of y'all, I mean, be honest, how many of y'all are like that? Might have a drink or two or just fun, even without drinking. I am a good time. Like, seriously, just trying to make sense of this whole video, this whole clip we looking at. I am a good time just like that. And I talk a little stuff. I'm not for the easily offended. I'm not. And so I'm just thinking, like, if she didn't really drink or have alcohol in her system, what made her cut her drinks off? It looked like she was having a good time. She toasted at the table. Glass. So I would want to know what would make her cut her drinks off if she didn't have alcohol in her system. Not saying that she, I'm definitely not buying the alcohol poisoning because I've never seen alcohol poisoning to that level. I've been around people who drunk, got sick, got a bad hangover, had alcohol poisoning, their stomach wasn't right, stomach messed up. I done been there, done that. So my whole thing is I've never seen it to that extent. So it kind of make you question, like now we're questioning officials. It kind of make you question everybody that had their hands on this case before that autopsy came out. And it kind of make you want to ask, is that 100% accurate? But before that autopsy came out and that video came out, it make you want to question everybody that had their hand in the case, including the doctor that was sitting there for 3 hours. I ain't gonna lie. It do. It do. So we know her so-called best friend Khalil, who was showing up at days at a time at her mom's house, explaining to her mom this alcohol poison story, even brought the girls back, the same girls that hurt her. And I'm wondering, y'all know I spoke on the list of the last time because that's a person of interest, but we ain't heard none of them. You in big trouble, girl. Accomplices get in trouble too, even if you didn't do nothing. You in big trouble. And that's somebody that we rarely hear in the mix. We always hear Dejanay and we always hear Winter. And I know that she was going through a loss or she was going through something. So I'm wondering, was she privy to the information? Did she know what was going to go down? And how many of y'all, and put in the comments, how many of y'all feel like Nazir was privy to the information? I would like to, now I'm about to actually get out my screen and just come over there and look at y'all response, because I want to know how many of y'all feel that Nazir was actually privy to that information, and how many of y'all feel like he wasn't. He came late and he had no idea what was going on because they didn't tell him. How many of y'all feel like that he just didn't know? He was lost until the video came out. He was lost. How many of y'all feel like he was privy to the information? And what about I might be saying her name wrong, but Elisa, what about her? Do y'all feel she was privy to the information? Or she was scared, or she ducking and dodging? Because them two, I don't know. They all deserve to be detained by Mexican police and in custody. They all deserve it. But those two right there, I'm wondering how privy of the information they was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wondering that they really know everything that was gonna go on, or once the stuff did happen, if it wasn't a setup, once the stuff did happen, I wonder. Well, I know she knew. She had to know she was there, but I wonder, was Nazir privy to the information, or like he said, he wasn't. Let me know what y'all think. He had to know by looking at her. Yeah, what y'all think? A broken neck and several spinal cord injury, according to Dr. Seekert, doesn't equate alcohol poisoning. And not at all. Not at all. Before they knew exactly what was going on, the doctor spent enough time being in a room for 3 hours with her, and you just observing the situation. I mean, she didn't realize that she had a broken neck. Even if they didn't transport them to the hospital, if there was a fee associated with that, they don't have EMT. Now that I'm not sure about, where they could have came on the scene to help with the situation. Like, that's just real odd to me, y'all. Like, this doctor that was just there, and what I'm getting at now, she slowly died in the doctor's care. Is this what y'all see? Like, this is for real. Like, she slowly died in the doctor's care. Wow. Like, wow. And then y'all try to cover that up in the very beginning and say, oh, she passed away 15 minutes later. But no, I'm thinking maybe it was because of Nazir speaking up. They said, oh, shoot. You know, they got translators and people over here. They like, oh, shoot. He's speaking out now. You know, so she couldn't have been dead 15 minutes later. If he was there, she was still alive. If I'm not saying what he said is 100%, because I don't know, I wasn't there. But if, like he said, if he was rubbing her head or rubbing her while she was playing Summer Walker, while he was playing some, like, if all of that actually occurred, then that had to last longer than 15 minutes. So is that why all of a sudden because the North Carolina Beat, that website had a big ongoing dispute with Nazir, a big thing. And from what I just seen on that particular platform, they raking in like 20,000 views. That's like a news station. Well, maybe it's not as much as a news station, but that is a hood news station. That is a social media news station. You got to give it to them. Regardless of how you feel, that is, when you raking in 25,000 people watching you at once, that right there, you a news station, baby. So my question is, now everything is coming out, and now we had a discrepancies between was it 15 minutes after that she died, or was she in there for 3 hours with the doctor? Like, which one is it? Now we got more of the truth coming out. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know about the Nazir, but I'm kind of thankful he stirred up a little strife for enough people to see, start asking some questions, start doubting some stuff, and now we got another can of worms that just opened. You see what I'm saying, y'all? We didn't see this before. The picture just changed, but the frame remained the same. Whew. Overkill, they need to be dealt with before going to jail. Oh, he said the nurse noticed a busted lip, a knot on the forehead, a busted ab. Yes. What about the busted ab vessel? So that would mean that if her eyes weren't open when she was opening her eyes, okay, and she because that's the way a part of her examining her, she noticed the busted eye vessel, the busted blood vessel in her eye. She noticed that, but she still said she was just inebriated. Wow. Wow. She was bruised up. She was bruised up, and they knew. And they knew about it. Okay, let me go back to where I was just at, y'all. And this is just like, wow. So yeah, everybody is talking about this, why didn't she get medical help, the proper medical help? I actually, believe, because we heard the interview with the father. Most of y'all, if y'all haven't, go back and listen to the interview with the father. The father, he said if he would have known what was really going on, he would have sent money for his daughter to go get the proper care that she needed to go through the to the hospital. However, he was told that it was alcohol poison. And so when you thinking like I'm thinking alcohol poison, you like, oh, well, she'll sleep that off. She'll be okay, because I don't think that nobody. How many out there y'all heard of after somebody passing away from alcohol poisoning? Put it in the comments if you have, because I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it. Seriously, like, and I'm thinking that maybe her father, her mother might have thought, yeah, just let her sleep it off and have her to call me. She having a good time. Any parent would think, oh, my child wasted. She having a good time. She having a good old time over there with her friends, because you thinking that if I can't trust everybody, the mother is probably thinking I can trust Khalil. He'd have been out of town with us. He know my daughter the longest. She went to school with the other girls. I don't know if they went to college together. From my understanding, they went to college. They met in college. I'm not sure 100% on that, but I can at least trust him. This is somebody I've been knowing, as somebody that I feel that she is in good care with. And so y'all know that clip that I tried to play on the North Beat channel with him saying, we got another dead body. If y'all haven't heard it, drop it too. And I try to pull it up again. I really it's really irrelevant to me, but I feel like I might as well just say this, since I'm speaking on everything else, and I've been holding all of this stuff in I've been holding this in for days, reading stuff and just holding stuff in. But yeah, Khalil filmed her while she was on a hammock, and I guess he had her phone. Okay, and people, let me tell you something else. Let me make sure y'all all see this. I gotta be looking at y'all. So let me get out of this real quick. Let me make sure y'all drop a one. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? The little clip. I don't want to go into it if y'all haven't seen it. Have y'all seen the clip of her laying in a hammock and Khalil walks up to her and he records her while she appeared to be asleep, laying in the hammock? I got something to say about it. But before I do, I need to make sure y'all all seen that video clip. Because like I said, he got it on his page. He just got his logo all in the way, and it's kind of frustrating. We can find it somewhere else. But drop me a one if y'all seen it. Drop me a two if y'all haven't. Now, if it's enough twos, I'll go dig it up and we'll pull it. We'll pull it up if y'all ain't seen it. Because before I speak on that, I need for y'all to be able to see that. Because that was just ridiculous. And I'm not talking about what he said. The fact that it was posted. And I'll be listening. I'll be like, dang, I finally know why I'm called to this. I guess because a lot of the situations is so gutter, and I'm real life came from the gutter. And I'll be tripping out that people can't make out some of this stuff, and they don't understand some of the stuff. And I'm like, dang, I'm in my 40s and I still get it. You know what I'm saying? I still get it. Okay, so it's a few of y'all that haven't seen it. Okay, I'll still find it. Let me pull it up real quick. And maybe y'all can hear what he say too. Okay, I'll pull it up real quick. I'm gonna pull it up again on his page. Hopefully, y'all, hopefully his logo is not all in the way. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll find it somewhere else. Or somebody send it to me. Somebody just send it to me. I'm gonna say what I gotta say real quick. Okay, so if I see it, I'll play it. I'm gonna read this too. But hold on. If I see it, I'm gonna play it. When he so look, he walked up on Shaquella, and he had everybody is saying he had her cell phone. And I'm assuming they think that because it was posted on her story. Again, if anybody can confirm this, that's in the chat. When you post to your Instagram story, excuse me, you can also post videos. You could post videos. So he could have actually recorded her from his cell phone and just sit. And then when she got up, when she woke up, he said, look what I did. Look what I and she's like, oh, that's cute. Send that to me. If anybody feeling me, drop a one. If I'm going left, let me know. Let me know, because it's so like when I be looking at stuff and I'm like, are they serious right now? Okay, because like think about it. Think about it. Like you with somebody that might have take pictures or go live or take videos or whatever, and they might capture you in what you feel like is a cute moment, and you say, "Send me that." If he would have sent her that picture, she could have then uploaded it to her story. That does not necessarily say that he had her phone. So rumor have it, and we got to be real careful with these rumors and make them make sense. Rumor has it that he had her phone. They created, y'all. Listen, let me tell you one thing about a rumor. One story, a rumor can last forever. Okay. So because of somebody put out there, true, she could have just uploaded a video to her story. Bam, whatever though. But because of that rumor, they put out a whole. And Khalil went back and told the girls what he saw in that phone. See how we can, God knows. Don't nobody else know on social media what happened or what was the argument about, what was the fight about, was it said? Nobody really know right now. I think the parents is still struggling with trying to find the answers as to what happened. So everybody not having common sense and they thinking like, oh, he automatically had her phone. Y'all, I'm still finding that video. When I found it, I'll play it for y'all. I'll play the clip. Like I said, he got it on a North Beat. I could try to show y'all on there, but at the same time, he got that big old logo, and I'm not a friend of that. I'm sorry. Like, do you, homeboy, do you? But I'm not really a fan of taking somebody else's comment and throwing content and throwing my logo on it. I'm not a fan of that. If I take your content, I'm just gonna take your content and I'm gonna throw a disclaimer. I'm gonna attach a disclaimer to it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna throw a logo on it.
We don't do it how we do it because we used to drink motherfucking
Drink.
one.
Winter, come on now.
David, you be going to...
Damn. Come on, let me see what you got, Winston. Winston, what is that? What a card at? Man, these people here.
Come on, Elise, grab a card.
So yeah, y'all, what she did was she recorded these videos. She recorded all these videos. I'm trying to go down a little bit. I don't know. It's just like my computer is not a friend of his site. No shade, but it's really not. Or that logo. But anyway, I got to get it from somebody else. Okay. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all probably seen it. But those that haven't, I'll get it from somebody else and I'll post it. But yeah, and let me also say, you know, when he said that, because he walked over to her while she was in a hammock, looking beautiful, laying there sleeping. When he made the statement, first dead body or whatever, first dead body tonight. And I know y'all probably like, dang, I really want to see it now. I'm sorry, but I can't deal with the presence of that website and that and the fact that it's just not getting along with my computer. So we can't do that. But look, he made a comment and he said something like, you know, looks like, you know, we got a dead our first dead body or something like that. Now, to me, I took it as if he was saying she knocked out. And that's what I'm like, okay, I know I'm old school, but, you know, I took it as if he was actually saying she knocked out sleep. You know, she knocked out. And so that's not actually saying, I wish I could play it. I wish I could. If I could find it in here, I'll play it for y'all. So y'all can know exactly what I'm talking about. But it looked like she was just knocked out sleep. It's not necessarily saying she was drunk sleep. She could have just been tired from just traveling, you know, and if they had a went to the pool because I don't know, but and they could have been waiting on dinner to get prepared, waiting on drinks or whatever. She could have been taking her a little time out, a little cat nap. Ain't that what we call it? She could have been taking a little cat nap. Oh, I hope I can find it for y'all in a better light. She could have been taking a little cat nap. And so when he made the comment that he made, I'm not saying a setup. I wish it would be incriminating and explain a setup. I that you can use in a court of law, then I'd be all for it. But you know, for me, when somebody say she dead no more, but I can actually see somebody who knocked out. Y'all know what I mean? Like they didn't get physically knocked out, but they sleeping hard, and I can say they dead to the world, or they knocked out. So I kind of looked as if he was just saying she was knocked out. That's not even saying that she was actually drunk sleep. So a lot of people, and I had to clear that up because a lot of people was going around saying when she was laying on the hammock, all y'all see is her sleep. All y'all see is a sleeping beauty right there, and y'all done went from a sleeping beauty to the fact that she was drunk sleep. How can you tell when she's sleeping or she drunk sleeping? How could you tell? How could you tell? And I mean, people is really confused. I told y'all this was going to be a venting session for me too, because I've been holding this in. You know, I'll be in the streets. I keep my ear to the streets every so often. You know, but how could you sit up there, oh gosh, and say that she was drunk sleep and all you see is somebody laying there with their eyes closed? That's all I want to know. I got all kind of random people. I don't even know who this person is. But anyway, I told y'all I had a lot to say. I had a lot to say. So again, we have her death certificate saying one thing. We have the autopsy saying something else. We have this big old discrepancy because I really do think that they was getting ready to cover it up. Well, they did. They had covered up. They had. Now they might didn't really cross their T's and dot their I's because they didn't think that she meant nothing to nobody. She's just another black girl. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna keep it real. They probably thought that she didn't mean nothing to nobody. And whatever happened to her in that room, they was gonna just leave it. And I'm even wondering if it's true. And I don't want to spread no rumors. And this is just us talking, okay? But I'm even wondering if it's true that she had $10,000 on her. Let me make sure I gotta be able to see y'all eye to eye. I gotta be able to see y'all. If it's true that she had $10,000 on her and she had credit cards on her, I wonder if that doctor got paid. I wonder if that doctor got paid $10,000. I wonder if that doctor got paid some money because I don't know why I just feel like that doctor just kept stuff on the hush. Because I'm sure within them hours of her observation, you know, her looking at her for hours, I'm pretty sure she knew something that was going on in that room. She knew something happened in that room. She needs to be under investigation. What'd you say? I just saw it. Oh, you just saw it. Okay, good. I'm glad y'all saw it. I wish you could send it to me and I could play it. She need to be investigated. That doctor needs to be investigated because there's no way. I'm thinking that she could have got paid. So I want to know, is it true? And this is something that we really want supporting documentation. Like we want to actually see it, some type of proof, or even hear it out her parents' mouth that it was some money that came up missing. I don't want to just hear from rumors and stuff like that. But if there was some money that came up missing and they didn't use that money to send her to the hospital, I'm wondering who got that money. It only makes sense. It only makes sense for that doctor to be in that room for 3 hours. Nobody could resuscitate her. Why they couldn't get the IV again? Why she wasn't successful? Did she speak English? Was this some kind of communication translation? And the only word she understood was moolah? I'm just saying, I want more details. I want more. Y'all know how I am. I want more details. But yeah, that's why I think we got these conflicting stories, y'all. I think, you know, my explanation for us having all these conflicting stories, I think it's because they really covered this up and they've written her off as, and I think that a few of them might have knew the truth. Well, the doctor did, is one. I'm not sure about the maid, but, you know, could the maid have been, you know, paid off silence or just didn't know what was going on and minded the maid business? You know how I'd be like, I'm a stay in my tax bracket type of situation. I'm not going to pay attention to nothing that got something to do with outside my tax bracket. Was it that type of situation? But I'm really thinking that the doctor for sure probably knew it was more. I mean, that's what I'm feeling in my heart, y'all. I just can't help it. I'm like, just investigate that doctor too. The maid, investigate all of them. Everybody in that room with her. It was too many people in that room for her to die a slow and tragic death. And I say slow and tragic because it wasn't 15 minutes like we thought it was, like they first told us. But it was clearly leading up to 3 hours to where she was able to have a seizure. She went into cardiac arrest, if that's even true. Oh, man. So we got the headlines. Dr. Carolina Breitz Ornez, I can't even say her whole name, Gratinez, of the American Medical Center was with 25-year-old almost For the 25-year-old, almost 3 hours before she was pronounced dead, which contradicts the death certificate that says she died 15 minutes after her spinal injury. So, and when we first heard that she died 15 minutes after her spinal injury, and this is another reason why I kind of say cover up to y'all. When the story first came out, well, when we first seen the video, should I say, and we heard, a lot of us maybe heard after we seen the video, but when we heard that the autopsy was performed, the autopsy actually showed spinal injury. So when we heard about that, and it was 15 minutes after that she died, when we heard about that, our mind automatically went to, she got beat to death. The spinal injury was the cause of death. The beating was the cause of death. Now, all of a sudden here, fast forwarded, now they saying, no, the spinal injury alone, or it wasn't the spinal injury. I don't know if they're going to try to contest that or argue with that, but she had a seizure. And we even have articles that say that cardiac arrest was the cause of death. Now, we know it wasn't alcohol poisoning. That we do know. However, to me, I'm seeing more of a cover-up, because we actually seeing her almost get beat to her, like lifeless, almost in a video. And so here it is that those wounds actually showed up in her autopsy report. Those injuries showed up in her autopsy report. So of course we feeling like that's the cause of death, right? Or something related to that attack was the cause of death, right? Now all of a sudden we hearing she had a seizure, she went into cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is the, and it just kind of seemed like those type of terms and the way things is kind of switched around. I don't want to put that in the atmosphere, but I think some of y'all get what I'm saying. It can be used in a favor of, I'm just going to say it for real. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It could be used in a favor of the other party. It could be used in a favor. Because now you're saying that, so are you saying that the beatings and the bruises, that wasn't the cause of death? So are you saying that her going into a heart attack is the cause of death? Now, I'm just saying, because I want them to get the top murder conviction charge that they can possibly get. I don't want them to get, homicide. I could be wrong. Y'all have first degree. Whatever to cover somebody's butt, which will also help out another group of people, because we already know how when if it's an affinity link, that's just me wondering. I'm thinking a doctor was paid also. They put that 10K and whatever cash they had with it. Yeah. And paid her off. And I don't know if Garris can vouch for whether or not she had that money on her, but I've heard it said that she had $10,000 in cash on her. And I know, and I've just by seeing her, she's the boss. And traveling is what she do. And so a lot of times, I don't know if people want to have that much cash on them, but a lot of times when you're a boss and you like to travel, you go out, you don't have money, because a lot of times your stash is your tip money, your play with money, your throw up in the air type money. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have some cash. So if she was balling with 10,000 on her and that mysteriously came up missing, I would like to know where it went, who it went to. Now, I don't want anybody to take what I say and start a rumor off of it. This is me talking to some adults. Because on my channel, we all adults and we can talk like adults. You know what I'm saying? But, don't run with it. But that's just really, I'm just really curious, because I cannot, I'm having a hard time believing that the doctor sat in the room for 3 hours trying to nurse her back or trying to help her, did not call the EMT, did not called for her to go to the hospital, regardless to what. I really want to know if they could have seen her or not, or was the money a factor? Because I'm hearing both things. You know, I haven't researched it yet, but I'm hearing both. So either way it go, everybody in that room was wrong for just sitting there leaving her to die, leaving her for dead. That's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. So we also heard that I don't know how true it is 100%, but I got it from the Shade Room. I also heard that um the feds gave Mexico basically the green light to go ahead and expedite them back to Mexico. So I don't know how true that is, but I would definitely, and I didn't see it. The crazy thing about it is, I didn't see it from a reliable news source. And I'm not saying that the Shade Room is not, but the Shade Room, TMZ, so that's not a news source. That's more of like a celebrity gossip type of stuff. Maybe TMZ would be is whatever y'all want to make it, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's more of a blogging type of situation. I didn't hear from like a real credible news source. I do want to put that out there, and I did put it out on my Instagram channel, my Instagram page. But I also want to let y'all know too. I put it out there and it was shared from the Shade Room. So I'm really hoping that they did give them the green light, and they, they will have, because for me, don't just talk about it, be about it. So from that point on, that would mean that they have to come here and get them, or what does that mean? They got a warrant out for them? What does that mean? That mean y'all gonna sit on y'all hands and just wait for them to get caught one day? Or do that mean y'all gonna come here and go get them? Because the last time I checked, the feds go get you. Last time I checked, the feds watching. They know where you had, and they know where you at, and they coming to get you. So maybe y'all can correct that for me. The feds giving Mexico the green light, saying go ahead, expedite them, whatever, get them back to Mexico. Does that mean that the feds gonna go get them? A Mexican federale is gonna go get? They can't do that because that's a jurisdiction type of thing, ain't it? What does that mean? Do they just sit on their hands and just wait till they get caught? And then when they get caught one day, ship them over there? Like, what does that mean? Because that could take forever. I would hope that means that the feds gonna go, they gonna spot where they at, go find them, and go take their butts to Mexico. Hello? Let me say this to y'all too. It's okay to be patient and allow whatever's going on behind the scenes to happen. A lot of y'all might be new to this whole black mysterious death cases, or I don't know what y'all want to call them, but because I don't have a name for them, it is what it is. But a lot of y'all might be new to this, and so a lot of y'all might say, well, we just got to be patient and allow them to do what they have to do. They're going to get justice. That's not always true. And that ain't been for all these years. So no, keep making noise, keep talking, keep questioning, keep asking why, keep asking what's happening so long. Keep her name alive. Keep talking about it. Because the minute you just be patient and you go silent and you stop asking questions, that's when the cases go cold. Am I lying, somebody? Okay, so I hate to see that, when I'm in groups and stuff. I just had to put that out there. I hate to see that when, somebody make a status and they like, what is going on with this case, this girl, and I understand their frustration. Trust me, I do. I understand them being, why they impatient. Trust me, I do. But at the same time, we need those people to care. We need those people to keep posting, to keep talking about it, to pay attention to time, and don't let time just slip because it just happened. It happened with Alexis Morales. Y'all remember her when I was doing that case? Nothing never happened. Nothing ain't happened yet. Nobody was arrested for her death. She was murdered in the car. Okay, and last time she was seen was with friends at a park. Do anybody remember that? I ain't throw her in the mix with the last video I just did, but I am now. Do anybody remember that? Last time she was seen was at the park with her friends. Hello. They found her baby and they found her dead and her baby was missing. And the baby popped up on the scene or something. I'm sorry, y'all, if I got it twisted, but y'all get what I'm saying. It was a lot. It was a lot. Last time she was seen was with her friends. Last time Kanika was seen was with her friends. I'm just saying. Y'all got to think about that. Y'all got to seriously think about that. But don't let people, stop you from putting that out there and keeping our name alive, because the minute you do, the case will grow cold. I've seen it. I've seen it happen too many times. But I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. Kind of really just want to go over this. Like I said, right now we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. We're gonna keep our hands together that these they're gonna go and get them. Okay, here it go, right here. Here's the video.
Buddy, she too full. Thirsty, buddy. Buddy. She too.
Now y'all heard him say first dead body. In case y'all didn't hear, he said first dead body. If y'all can't hear, drop a 2. Because I don't even know if I even got it set up to where y'all can hear the video. And I'll look in there. I'm gonna go back. So this is a big thing. This is her quote unquote, her so-called supposed to be best friend. And this is the video that I was talking about. Everybody was tripped out, like, oh, he got her phone. Like, he really could have had his own phone, to be honest, and recorded that and sent it to
her. Thirsty, buddy. Buddy.
Also, something that was noticeable. Okay, look at this video. Look at this clip right here. Let me blow this up to make sure y'all see this nice and clear. Make sure y'all see this nice and clear. Do y'all notice her hair, her frontal, her wig? Man, it looks so much like Kanika's. But anyway, that wasn't my point. Do y'all see her wig? This do not look like she had on the same wig when she was in that fighting clip. Because her hair was short. Not short, but shorter than this right here. Her hair was not done in that fighting clip. It wasn't no long, what looked like to be 26 or 30 inch. And yes, I could determine it just by her laying there that she had like a 26, 30 inch wig on. But if y'all could think about that fight clip, I just wanted to kind of, turn y'all attention to that real quick. Her hair was not in that, her wig wasn't on. So I'm wondering, did she take it off that night? Did they start it with her that night and it got snatched off her? And then the video clip started after it got snatched off? It makes you wonder. Because this was not how her hair was in that video clip. I'm going to go ahead and play it. I just wanted to point that out too. This is not how her hair was at all in that video clip.
Buddy, she too full. Got her thirsty, buddy. Buddy. She too full.
Now it sounds like he's saying she too fold or whatever. But if he's saying she threw, he just mean like she out for the count. like she done.
There are
What you
moments
about
in
to do,
life when
sir?
Oh
happy
gosh,
mistakes turn into
I'll be watching these food videos. Anyway, that's the clip. That is the clip that I was talking about. So yeah, if she, was laying there sleep, I don't we don't know, to be honest, y'all. Let's keep it real. Think about Instagram. We don't know what time that was because she could have uploaded that to her phone at any time. Here it is. We dealing with time again. And we using those clips that she uploaded on her story. Am I wrong about the whole story thing? Somebody drop it in there. If she posted something on her story, they can also be from videos that she did on her phone, right? So therefore, she could have posted them at any time, right? So those clips don't have to be in order. Let's just say, okay, Malika's theory. Let's just say, and I'm putting it out there, I'm quote unquote Malika's theory, so y'all don't take it and run with it. But let's just say that video clip of her in a hammock sleep or laying down was after the dinner and the card game. Let's just say something transpired. Let's say she might have had a cocktail, but she ended up cutting her drinks off. Let's just say they, maybe it was some words exchanged at the dinner table. Who knows? But let's just say that they actually they was playing a card game and it was some little words being said. Y'all heard her say to Dejanay she wasn't working her upper body. She could have just been playing. I'm sure she was just playing with her. But some people get offended by stuff. And y'all notice in the fight, she made a comment like, I'm tired of you talking your mess, or something she said to her. Talk your stuff now, or I'm tired of you talking stuff, or whatever. So something could have transpired during that. And if y'all remember, I just played that video clip of them actually having a card game where they was pulling cards. And to me, I haven't played that game before, but to me, it looked like a kind of like a truth or dare type of thing. Either you say it, do it, or drink type of game. And so something could have hit a nerve during that time. But I'm wondering, was that clip of her in the hammock actually after? And when she just kind of went off on her own. I mean, who knows? We don't know. Loaded before the fight happened or anything, and we just don't know what order that these clips is actually in, and we creating a whole storyline around it, and it's just not fair. It's not fair to the family. It's not fair to Shaquella, first and foremost. That we handle her case, and it's become another circus. It's become another case that we've seen in the past. I'm just saying, we just don't know. Because when I seen her in that clip and she kind of like off of her own, kind of to herself type of mode, I'm gonna play it again. And I hate to even listen to him say, like their voices is starting to irritate me. Like I don't like listening to his voice. I don't watch the fight video no more. I've seen that. I'm not watching that again. I just don't. I don't really want to hear nothing Nazir got to say because he was still there and he didn't get her help. So I don't want to hear nothing he got to say.
Got our first dead body.
So right here, like we don't know, and y'all see at the top what I mean by it's an Instagram story. Her name is up here at the top, and it said 1 day ago. So I'm assuming when everybody screenshot it and everybody got this, it had already been a day, like a day had already passed away when everybody actually took this. So what, everybody took it on it would have to be 24 hours. It looked like it was dark outside. So I would say Sunday night, maybe, when somebody screenshotted this, and it would have been 1 day. But either way it go, that's not important. We don't know when these clips was uploaded. Like we don't know if altercation happened and she kind of wandered off on her own, or they was arguing and she kind of wandered off on her own and went and laid down and just wanted to be away from everybody. We don't know if that's, when he kind of was going to go get her to talk her into coming back into the house, and he might have said, she dead, she out for the count, she done. or whatever. You know, if that's the reason why she cut her drinks off, or we don't know if this was prior, because in a sequence that she uploaded it, it would appear to be that this was prior. Okay, in the sequence that she uploaded it, not saying that it was automatically like that. Y'all got to understand, in a sequence that she uploaded the video, okay, it would appear to be that she was knocked out or taking a cat nap, and then she got up to go enjoy herself with the crew. All right, but also keep in mind, you guys, that don't mean that he had her phone. He could have actually had his own phone and recorded her on his phone and just later sent her the video. Because sometimes you know, somebody can catch a video, you'd be like, oh, that's cute, send that to me. So we just don't know. And so I'm saying, like, don't build a whole theory off of video clips. I talk about that. I talk about video clips because I'm so tired of video clips. You know, and I just be feeling like anytime I see clips and clips and clips of stuff, instead of somebody just putting everything out there for us and everything out there, well, I gave it to the FBI. The FBI had this. The world gonna soon know. Here go everything. Bam. Instead of them doing that, they give us. It's like it do be like an unsolved mystery. It do be like a mystery game. It do. And we have to carefully put together pieces of these clips that we throw. They could have gave us them clips, you know, the first night when we saw the fight. They could have also threw them other clips out and said, yeah, well, she was having a good time, you know, but no, 2 days later, here go those other clips come out. I don't know. I get irritated by them clips. But yeah, so, you know, he said we got a dead body. And that could be one. We could take that as one or two things. We could take that as, you know, him just saying it, and in the terms of she knocked out, she drunk, sleep, knocked out, however you want to look at it. Either way it go, dead body is you being knocked out, you being asleep, regardless if you was drunk or not. You knocked out, you sleep. Or we could take it as if he said that and recorded himself saying that because he knew what was about to happen. We could take it in either way.
Got our first dead buddy. Buddy. She too full.
So it's not just to be taken, and I'm saying that because it's not just to be taken and ran with, you know, and say, okay, well, you know, that's it right there. That's the proof. That's all the proof we need right there. This was premeditated. I wish this was enough proof to prove that it was premeditated, but it really ain't. And that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. It really ain't. Let me see what y'all got to say. He said she threw foe. Okay, that's, yeah. So she meaning she done. Yes, man down. She done. She done for the night. She done for the night. And again, you know, we can interpret that as, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Please do. She threw for the night could mean she drunk and she done. Or it could mean I tried to wake her up. I tried to get her up and she just not having it. She done for the night. So I have to say that because a lot of us wonder, why would they say why would the toxicology, not toxicology, because they haven't got that. Why would the autopsy say that she had no alcohol in her system if she is drunk where she threw, right? Have anybody asked themselves that? If we seeing clips of her toasting, and we also see a clip of her being knocked out sleep, and he say basically she threw, do that mean she was drunk? Right? But it can be either way. It could mean that she was drunk, and it can also mean that she was just through for the night, like she was done. She could have had that one cocktail or whatever. Things could have went left during the game or whatever. Or this could have been when she just got, you know, got done swimming. Her hair is still looking kind of wet, like they went swimming at, earlier that day. She could have been taking a cat nap. He could have been trying to wake her up, and he could have been like, oh, she through. She done. She out of here. Maybe she wasn't drunk. Maybe she was. Maybe she wasn't. Because I could be through just because I'm dead to the world. Because I'm out of it. I'm tired. And I don't feel like getting up right now. Just give me. Have y'all ever hung out with people and y'all probably was like, I just need an hour? Like maybe not out, but at somebody's house, like at a house gathering or something like that. And you like, just leave me to myself for like an hour. I'm telling you, I promise you, you give me an hour, I'm going to be right back up to my old self again. Just let me get a little quick cat nap in or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it don't even be the fact that you drunk. Sometimes it could be that you tired. You tired as hell. You could have been hustling. You could have been working. And then here it is, you on vacation and you tired. I'm just saying. It's definitely giving Kanika vibes. A lot of people, I don't think, appreciated me saying that, and I'm not taking away from Shaquella death or whatever, because I'm telling you, it really grabbed me the same way Kanika's did when I first heard about it. Okay, I'm not taking away from that at all. But the thing is, it gives Kanika vibes. It also gives, like I said, Alexis Morales vibes a little bit. The only difference is she had her baby with her, but she was last seen with her friends. The only, and like I said, it's also, but the way Kanika case was, and everything was pretty much unfolding, with the video clips of the friends that was coming out, with the what appears to be the cover up, because now you have a hierarchy, I'm trying to pronounce it, involved. So, that's what kind of really make me see the comparison between the two. Not to mention the fact they in a hotel or in a villa. Okay, not to mention the fact her friends just left her for dead. They went back and left and went home for the night and forgot about her. Nobody stayed with her. Nobody stayed there until their parents got there. I'm just saying, like, Ma, I'm gonna stay here. You get here, get on the flight here. I'm going to stay here with her until you get here. Please hurry up. Come on. That's how y'all know that they was trying to cover it up. Hold on. Because we would have handled this different from a friend. If there's any friends in my chat room, if any of y'all consider yourself a friend, be for real. We would have handled this way different. Even if it was just an accident. Let's say this was still my girl. I ain't had no beef with her. Okay, and some stuff accidentally went on. I don't got a phone like mine. Y'all need to get here. And if y'all want to fight me, we can fight too. I'm about to call her parents. F y'all, F that. Forget that. We gonna sit here with her until y'all get here. They gonna actually, stick with her and get the parents or do whatever they can to let it be known it was a freak accident. That's why I don't bat at. That's because of the cover up. Because of how y'all handled it when it happened. And I'm saying that because I've seen a lot of people say, I think that this was just something that just, happened, like spirit of moment. They got into an argument and the fight, it probably went too far. Okay, well, if that's the case, then why didn't they humble themselves, okay? And take accountability for what they did and try to make it right with the family? I mean, I'm sure there's no way you could, but still be there. But no, these conniving wenches, a dinner, not dinner, y'all, a dinner at her mama's house. When I tell you I feel so bad for Miss Salamandra Robinson, I feel so bad for that woman. I could not put myself in her shoes. Can y'all imagine? These heifers sat there. When they came, the mama probably said, I want to get all the information. I want to know what happened to my daughter. Only y'all know. So when y'all come, I'm going to make y'all feel at peace. And I'm pretty sure she had to be coached. Be calm, Ma. Be calm. Don't say nothing. Let them talk. We got to let them talk. We got to let them talk. We got to let them talk. We need to find out what happened. She made dinner. I'm going to make it comfortable enough. And I'm thinking about her spirit, Lord Jesus. I told you I can't do these cases because my spirit go left. I'm going to make it comfortable for you to sit here in my house and tell me what happened to my baby. I want to wring your neck. How many of y'all out there wanted to wring her? How many of y'all out there would want to wring their neck? Because y'all was last seen with her. And I'm hearing rumors y'all jumped her. Oh my God. But I'm going to humble myself. And I'm going to bake y'all some bread. So y'all can sit here and break bread with me and tell me what happened to my daughter. My heart go out to this mother in an amazing way. Y'all just don't know. Like, my heart literally leaps for this mother. Because I'm looking at the big picture of how she had to really be calm, be patient, humble herself, and sit there, feed these girls, feed Khalil, so y'all could tell me what happened to my daughter. I don't like y'all. I don't trust y'all. Y'all know the old people say I can trust you as far as I can throw you. But I gotta play nice with you because you the only one that know the truth. I gotta play nice. And they said in her face and they lied to her. They broke bread with her. That's worse than Judas kissing Jesus on the cheek. That's about the same to me. That is about the same to me. They had the spirit of Judas on them. They literally sat there and broke bread with that woman after they done sold her daughter. They done gave up her daughter ghost. Like, are you kidding me? And they sat there and they broke bread with her. They looked her in the face and they lied to her. I feel sorry for that mother. I feel sorry for that mother. Did they really rob her of $10,000? I don't know. I don't know anything. Like I said, if she had $10,000, okay, see, listen. I want to kind of like separate fact from fiction. You know, it's really hard to do, but, you know, because sometimes they just correspond with you. You just don't know, okay? But let's just keep it 1,000, okay? Do y'all think that this crew of people, do y'all think they planned this trip to Mexico and did not already have their ticket back home? Let's be for real. Okay, they already had their ticket back home. Now, some people said, I don't know, I haven't seen the rest of their tickets. I know Nazir's ticket is going around somewhere. Some people saying they supposed to went back home on Monday. They cut the trip kind of short. Some people said they were supposed to go back home on Sunday. They left a little bit early. I don't know either one. Either way, I will get the facts. The next time I maybe do a presentation or do another video, I might have it in there. But me just kind of going off of some things that I kind of wanted to bring up and talk to y'all. I hadn't looked into that right there. So I don't know about that. However, I do believe that they did not go out of town without having a board information from going back home. They had the information already. Now they might have was able to call and switch it and maybe pay a little bit more to up their flight and leave a little bit sooner, but it wouldn't have cost them $10,000 to do that. So let's say she did have $10,000 on her and they used it. I want to believe that doctor got paid $10,000 cash. If she had it on her, that's where that money went. I wouldn't have bet that. I'm willing to bet that. If she had that money on her and they knew she had to think about it, y'all I think about stuff in a major way because sometimes I put myself in that person's shoes, you know, like that's what actors do. Actresses, they put themselves, and I ain't trying to be the actor, but that's what they do. They put themselves in somebody else's, you know, shoes, or they try to embody that character or whatever. So I'm just sitting here thinking, this is how my mind works. I'm in the room, and me and my girls, okay, this is how my mind works. We just did something that's messed up. that might cost us our freedom, our life, whatever. That's just messed up. And so here it is. We got a professional here in the room. She the only one that can help us get out this situation, baby. We gonna break her off something. We gonna break her off something. How many of y'all think of you? I hate to do it. You don't want to think them demonic thoughts, but you gonna break her off something. Hello? And let us get up out of here. Get you, maybe you could get her to the hospital and we're gonna get up out of here. Here go $10,000 cash, ma'am. Please, just do whatever you can do to try to help save her. Don't take her to the hospital. Keep her right here. Because if they had $10,000, they had enough money to send her to the hospital. Why they didn't? Winter could have called 911. That could have been a whole playoff. So I don't even want to hear that. That could have been a whole playoff. Why they did not send her if she had that money on her? So we have to ask ourselves, did she even have $10,000 on her? Now, if the answer is yes, then that's a whole new ball. That's a whole nother ball game right there. If she had $10,000 on her, and if they took that money from her, you best believe they didn't take it from her just to go back home and ball out of control. They was probably scared shitless. And they paid off that damn doctor with that $10,000. What I would believe they did. Who knows though? Who knows though? I don't think her family actually spoke on whether, I don't even think they probably know. She was her own woman. She was her own boss. They probably don't even know how much money she had on her that night. Unless she told somebody, they probably don't know. Now, this is stuff that hopefully will end up coming out. And we had a full story. Mimi, what's up, girl? Yeah, they had tickets. They had tickets back home. A lot of people were saying that they took that $10,000 and they went back home. That's why I had to address that. Like, no, they would have already had their ticket back home. If they took $10,000 from her, what y'all think they did with that money? Think about it. Sometimes you got to think deeper. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. What you would do with that money? You would have paid off whatever. Instead of sending her to the doctor, I'm going to give you $10,000. Take care of her in here. See what you can do right here. And at the same time, they probably was thinking if she died, because we don't want, at this point, we don't want her to get better after we didn't beat the living crap out of her. We really don't want her to get better because now we really might have to face some charges. So we can at least say the doctor tried. We can at least say you tried. Go ahead. We give you $10,000. Go ahead. Keep her here. You can pocket this money, please. They probably was begging her, please, pocket this money. This is just coming from me. This is just the way I think, y'all. That's why I think that $10,000 would have went. So, but like I said, I wouldn't know. I split it up for what? They split it up for what? Because after what just happened, if it wasn't a setup and this was something that just happened, last thing I'm thinking about is having a few dollars. I'm trying to think about covering my butt. After what just happened. Splitting up $10,000 is nothing. After we just killed somebody, that's nothing. As a matter of fact, if I was Melissa, the other girl, I'm like, y'all had that. Y'all hands is dirty. Y'all paid for that. Y'all hands is dirty for that. I don't want that. It costs more than that to go to Mexico. I'm just saying. I don't know how well all of them is doing in life, but if you that hard up, you know what I'm saying? You just kill somebody and now you want to split $10,000 amongst 5, 6 people? 6 people? Is it worth it? Or 5? Because Khalil probably ain't know. Not Khalil, Nazir. Probably. Is it worth it? Nah. 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 They're going to put that money together and they paid off that doctor, if anything. If anything. Because y'all know what? Let me tell y'all something. You know, in a public eye and in a public world, you know, you look at certain people with titles and stuff as, you know, they have authority or they superior because they have these titles or whatever. They could be bought off. Anybody can be bought off. Please get this through y'all head to understand that money talk, money is power. Anybody can be pretty much bought off. You have to have a strong spirit. You have to really be walking side by side, linked and locked in with the Lord to not be bought off. Because just about anybody can be bought off. I don't care what kind of title you have. I don't care who you are. Anybody can just about be bought off. Period. And I think that's where some people fail to realize that. And that's why they like, I don't understand why would people cover up for some little black kids? Because they was bought off. Anybody can be bought off. Anybody. And we ain't talking about little black kids. We talk about people that was making money. This is 2022. That was 2017, 2018, 2019, 20. They was making money. Kids was making money. Okay, they wasn't straight up getting their money from working 9 to 5s. Like they getting their money out the mud, bloody money, and it's stacks of it. And anybody could be paid off. Please believe. Please believe. So I just like, you know, that really gets to me when people just don't understand that. Like anybody can be bought off at this point. And before, okay? So I really do think that the reason why that we got she passed away 15 minutes after her injury, I believe that was because they was covering up. That was the cover up. That was the cover up. And the cover up pretty much got exposed when her family said, not this black child. When her mama said, not that one, not this one. Her mama said, no, we're going to get justice. No, we're going to find out what happened to mines. So that's the reason why we got the discrepancy in the stories, y'all, because they literally covered their own tracks. Because the cover up for the doctor would be she passed away 15 minutes. There was nothing that I could do to help her. That would be the cover up for the doctor. And remember, they also said in the beginning that the maid found her. So, and I think with the other guy, Nazir, kind of coming out telling his story did not line up. That's why I might be believing that he didn't know nothing. Because he might have been the one that kind of threw a monkey wrench in the whole story, in the whole cover up. Because when he started getting threatened and people was talking about killing him, people be real hard on social media. But when somebody talking about really getting you, and you kind of, paranoid from going outside and stuff like that, you like, the hell with that. I'm about to tell my story. I wasn't there. So, maybe he decided to start telling his story. And once his story came, it contradicted the cover up. Do anybody hear what I'm saying? His story went against what they had already put out there to cover up this murder. Because putting certain things into place would kind of cover up for the doctor that was there with them for 3 hours, just saying she died 15 minutes later. It would kind of cover up for the other people involved, not necessarily cover up for them black people over there, but actually cover up for the other people involved, Mexico people involved, because they can care less about them black people. But had not, in my mind, had not that doctor been paid off and got herself involved, had not maybe the maid knew some stuff and didn't say nothing, had not certain things happened, okay, it would have just been swept under the rug. That's the way I think. Black girls are the least cared about, the least we take it serious, and it's so sad. Yep, Mimi. And you know what? A lot of times it's us hurting our own because we don't know how to be real friends. And I ain't gonna say we include me, because I'll let you know if I don't have time to be your friend. Because a lot of times I can't be a real friend because I just don't have time. I'll let you know, like, I do not have time to be the real friend that you deserve. You ain't never on no hating type stuff. And it's just always the fact that I just don't, me being a wife for so many years, having all these kids, having these business, doing this, that. I don't have time to be the friend that you deserve. But, people just don't know how to be loyal, don't know how to be good-spirited people, be good friends. And so, before I actually say, hit the gavel on this and say, oh, yeah, this was a setup, I want to kind of dig more into it. I want to see more information. I want to hear more information. I'm waiting for more to come out. Like I said, the last thing I did get from the Shade Room, from the blog sites, the gossip sites, not really the news outlet. If they did report it, let me know. But the last thing I did get was that, that they are, it have been, I guess, it have been confirmed. What am I trying to say? It have been orchestrated between the two parties, between the feds and the Mexican, to go ahead and have them sent to Mexico. So the Mexican officials, I don't know whether or not that's 100% true. But like I said, what does that mean? Does that mean that the FBI, these are two different people. I got to keep reminding myself. The FBI and the feds is two different people, two different entities. Okay, y'all? So the FBI, does that mean that they're going to go pick them up and have them sent to Mexico? Because these is questions we need to be asking. And the reason why I'm saying it is because we've seen so many situations where they kind of just throw stuff out there and you kind of like, oh, okay, well, at least it's making headway. At least it's moving. It's moving in our favor. We can see some justice coming. And a lot of times it's not really quite there. It's not really what you see. That's why the Bible tells you, believe none of what you see, half of what you hear. I think I said it right. But y'all know what I mean. Seriously, because you cannot believe half or none of what you see or hear, for that matter. So, okay, what does that mean now? Come over here and get them bastards. I'm pretty sure y'all can find where they at. Come get them. If y'all can find Saddam Hussein, okay, and he hidden in underground bunkers, under the earth, under the ground, I know dang on well y'all know where these people is at. Y'all can come over here and get them, or the U.S. can go get them. Somebody can go get them. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Because I'm afraid we won't know the full story until they start rolling over on each other. Or one person starts snitching. To save themselves. Case is still open. The investigation is still pending, and just kind of wait for them to confirm whether or not they in custody and let them tell it. Let them tell a story. Let them tell what happened. See if they stories coincide with each other. Whoever leaked that tape, like Nene asked me, and I wonder who leaked that tape. I wonder who too. I heard it was saying that the guy, the dryer dude, I forgot his name. I think it's Marco. What is his name, y'all? The dryer dude. I was told that he was actually the one that videoed it, and he sent it to some of his friends, and then it ended up getting back to her sister. How true that, I don't know, but I heard that's what happened. I heard he was the one that actually sent it out. I don't know. Because he could have actually sent it to some people in that room too. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of times when we see these clips of videos, the clips don't have a timestamp. It do on the actual time that he recorded it, but if you don't have that, then when it's just uploaded, you don't know what time, unless you actually see the timestamp. You don't know what time it was recorded. right? So he could have sent that video. He could have recorded the fight or one part of the fight, and stopped it. And maybe if it is a second video, and I did actually say that too in one of my videos, because I was told, or I heard through the grapevine, I heard out there in the streets that it was a second video, but we don't know that for sure. But if it is one, I was told that, or I read that he actually put it out, the dryer guy, that he actually shared it with some people, and I guess some people leaked it out once her death came out. They actually, so I don't know. What would be the point is what I'm wondering, because she wasn't fighting back. Like it couldn't be a video to just straight up humiliate her. And how did y'all all plan on riding back on the plane together? Like y'all just thought y'all was just gonna fight her, and then we was gonna just finish out the rest of our days here and just go back on the plane and just, like, I'm not understanding. Either this was plotted and we just don't know the full story, or it just wasn't well thought out. It was just dumb and just not well thought out, because I'm really trying to figure out, like, after you just fought me, you thought you was going to ride back to the U.S. and be comfortable? After y'all just jumped me, y'all thought we was going to finish out the rest of our days here, and you thought you was going to ride back and just go back and be comfortable on that plane? I'm confused. So I'm thinking that when y'all was doing what y'all was doing, either y'all ain't think this thing through, or y'all already knew she wasn't coming back on that plane. But I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I'm just saying. I'm going to make it make sense, girl, because that's what we going to do. I'm going to read some of these comments, so if the question at least one of them, the others will start talking. Exactly. And I say question that Elise girl. I say question her. She already a little bit sensitive. She just suffered a loss, and from my understanding, she went there to kind of get through, I guess, to have some friends surrounding her to help her grieve. So I'm wondering, was she even privy to what was about to go on? If it was a setup, again, okay, because we don't know. But if they plotted that stuff, was she privy to it? If it was something that just jumped off, was she kind of like a casualty at war? Either way it go, I would say question her. She might be the only one that got a little guilt, that feel a little remorseful. Question her. Question her first. Especially if she ain't played no part. Question her for, I don't know what part she played. I'm not presuming that girl is innocent or guilty. I'm just saying, get her in the hot seat. I hope this story doesn't lose momentum. And you know what? Mimi, that's the reason why I said people shouldn't be telling people, just be patient. Just calm down. Let them do their part. No, keep saying her name. We've seen this one too many times, because once it loses momentum, then it becomes cold. And a lot of times new people that's new to this, they don't understand that. And so they like, just be patient. Don't, let it happen. No, you need to keep mentioning her name. You need to keep talking about it. You need to write letters. You need to make phone calls. Whatever it is y'all doing, you need to do it. Keep doing it. Don't stop doing it. Now, once we actually hear something and we see some justice, at least in the making, we can kind of let our foot back. We can take our foot off the gas a little bit. But other than that, no. Don't be quiet. Don't be quiet. Have you heard something about her sister passed due to domestic violence? Yes, the Lisa girl you talking about? I did hear that her sister had passed away. I don't know about the due to domestic violence, but I think I did hear that before. I just didn't bring it up. I just didn't talk about her because I don't know. Like I don't even, like, it's not really, we don't have much as far as her being a part of the attack on Shaquella, so we don't really know when it comes to that, and I just say I would like to apply some pressure to her and just see if she cracked. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's still in like a grieving process. And then if she lost somebody that she actually knew and she hated that happened to her, apply some pressure and see what y'all get out of that. Yes. Yep. She was the one that lost her sister. Yep. There was definitely humiliation in the planning to run up on her naked, recording, waiting for the fight to jump off. I just don't know what they're in. Me neither. What was their end goal? What was the end goal? Because, like I said, you didn't think you was just gonna fight her and y'all was just gonna finish out the rest of y'all trip there and fly back home together, right? You didn't think that. So what was the end goal? Was the end goal to kill her? And if the end goal was to kill her, then we could say, yeah, y'all plotted that. Y'all plotted that. Y'all meant for that to happen. You see what I'm saying? If that was the end goal. But if it was just a fight and it, something just happened and it went too far, or it was quote unquote accidental, then why not see it through and try to help her? Like, I'd be scared as hell. Like, oh my God, I did not mean to hurt that girl like that. But I'm not going to leave her. I wouldn't want nobody around me. Like, we need to stay here and try to help her. Like, I'm scared as hell. I don't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I don't, I didn't mean to. Like, maybe they understand it. I didn't mean it. That's why I'm finding that really hard to believe, because even her quote unquote best friend, what made that best friend decide to? Now, I know he's been knowing the other girls for years. He's supposed to be Shaquella best buddy, like best friend, like they supposed to be clicked, like locked in. What made him say, I'm going to take the side of the other broads over helping my best friend? Was she mad at him that night too? Was she going off on all their asses? I'm just saying, did she go off on all of them? Because what made him, and I say he took their side because him not intervening and him not helping her out, he clearly took their side. But what made him decide to not ride for his best friend and lie for them girls? What made him do that? That's what we got to ask ourselves. That's our question we got to ask ourselves. What made him do that? Decide that. What made him decide that? Was it because he was in the middle of it? What made him decide not to not only just not ride it out, but at least help her? Especially, listen to this, y'all. Especially if he ain't got his hands dirty and he ain't have nothing to do with it. What made him not want to help her? What made him leave her? Them type of questions we got to ask ourselves. But I'm going to go ahead and end this live. It's been nice. It's been real talking to y'all. We're going to continue this another day because I got still so much more to say. And there's still so much more coming out about this whole story. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me read your question. Do you think that she just meant to humiliate her and went too far? Humiliating somebody and beating somebody to a post is two different things. So I don't think it was just the fact of humiliating her, because we could have just humiliated her. Like, I could have just like bow, like just hit her with a 1, 2, 3. And humiliated her. I mean, if that was the point, you know what I'm saying? If humiliation was the end goal, was the actual goal, I could have just hit her with a 1, 2, 3, and just that would have been humiliation enough. Or just caught her, with no clothes on and filmed her. Like, now what you gonna do? Yup, I filmed you. I got you on camera with no clothes on. That would have been enough humiliation. I mean, because she wasn't. It seemed like to me, a very confrontational person. She might have had a little mouth. Okay, a lot of us do. But when it comes to actually being physical, it don't seem like she was a person that really went. Her father even said that she wasn't a violent person. She wasn't a fighter. So we know that about her. to me, if humiliation was the end result, y'all could have just humiliated her, hit her with a couple 1-2s or whatever. That would have been enough. Oh, you ain't trying to fight back? Okay, yeah, F you. Let it be known. I'm the champ. I want whatever. She ain't hit me back. I ain't even got a scratch, whatever. But to go to that extent, and to continue to beat on her, knowing that she damn near lifeless. She not swinging back. I mean, she damn near lifeless. To me, you going beyond trying to humiliate somebody to either you want them seriously injured or dead. One or the other. So that's my thought. I think that I think that they really, I don't know. I haven't seen the whole winter thing, so it's kind of hard for me to speak on that one. But from what I did actually see, I see so much aggression in that I feel like that was a buildup, which is the reason why I came right out and said, oh, this was set up, because I feel like it was built up. But just because build up don't mean that the actual murder was premeditated. But I definitely think the aggression was built up. And I think that it could have been one of those friendships where neither one of them really rocked with each other, but they had a mutual friend and they was probably trying to get along and trying to hang out or whatever the case may be. It could be that too. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of still kind of early and everything for us to kind of just, hit the gavel and say, this is what it is right here. It just very well could just be a situation where they just really had a mutual person that they loved, which was Khalil. And they really dealt with each other, but not really to where I ever went out on vacation with her, because we've seen vacation pictures of Winter and Dejanay. What's her name? Dejanay. But we haven't seen a lot of previous vacation pictures with Shaquella in them. So we don't know if this was their first time going on vacation together. I believe that it was their first time going on vacation together. But we don't know exactly how cool they were. We don't know how cool they were for real. And I know this is pure speculation. That's okay. We all adults. But I think she was dazed and in pain after that girl slammed her to the ground by her neck. I honestly feel like that fight caused her demise. I do too. But don't you notice that now that they saying she had a seizure? They also saying that she suffered from cardiac arrest, or I even read an article that said she died from cardiac arrest, y'all. And I don't know, one have to ask themselves, is they putting this stuff out to cover? Because covering, and this is what I told y'all before in Kanika case, covering for them kids is still protecting the other people that really wasn't involved, but it's still protecting them too. Because it's something that they could have did also to save the situation. So I'm wondering, where's all this coming from? Now, I'm not saying that she didn't hit that girl to death. And that's exactly what y'all need. Y'all need to be tried for first-degree murder. Convicted is the word I mean. First-degree murder. Okay, I don't want to hear no nothing else under that. And so we got to really pay attention when it comes to this case right here, y'all. And I'm telling y'all this because I just feel like these is one of, especially all the stuff that's coming out now about the doctor kind of now being looked at and being, I'm going to say involved, me, myself personally, quote unquote, involved, allegedly involved. Now we have to really pay attention. We have to really pay attention because I really do think that this thing was actually covered up. But then mom was like, I don't believe it. That footage came out. And so all of the stuff that was actually meant to be covered up and swept under the rug came to the light. And so the discrepancies and the lies and everything that they told in the beginning, all of that stuff has been exposed now. And we know what it was. We know that there was a medical professional in that room with her for 3 hours. Not 15 minutes, not 10 minutes, 3 hours. And never got her no help outside of that particular medical professional. Now, that medical, if it was actually said that that medical professional called 911, it said Winter called 911, why didn't that medical professional call for some more help? Or realize that this girl, we look like we losing her. It looked like we losing her. So at this point, we need to get outside this room. We need to get up outside this room and get her to a hospital. That should have been an authority call from that medical professional. Whether or not they had the money to pay the co-fee up front, 9 times out of 10, that copay you can get billed for. Now I don't know if they could have billed her for it because she wasn't in the US, because she was in Mexico, but they still had her information from when she checked into the hotel. I'm pretty sure they had her driver's license, passport, and all that stuff. They could have still sent that girl a bill or something. Or you know, the medical professional could have called her parents. She could have took that information that she had in her wallet, anything, called the authorities. First of all, how are you going to be in that room for 3 hours and not immediately call the authorities? Oh my God. She could have called the authorities. What they needed to do, they dropped the ball. Them people that was in that room with her dropped the ball, but everybody that was associated with this, they all dropped the ball. They all, oh my God. Now that I think of it, they could have got a hold to the parents, and they could have told the parents themselves. They could have told her mother themselves, this is Dr. Granatia, whatever her name is, and I'm calling to tell you that your daughter is whatever. I feel like she needs to be transported to the hospital, and there's a copay. Can you guys come up with whatever? Why did that medical professional sit in a room and allow Khalil to be the one to make that phone call, and she did not take the phone? Listen, y'all, I'm starting to think she was paid off even more. Oh, come on. I'm starting to think she was paid off even more. Why? When Khalil made that phone call to her mother, or maybe that was before, but I know he called back and said she passed away. He called back and he said she passed away. The doctor tried to do everything. Why didn't the doctor do that? Why did not the doctor do that? The doctor was supposed to get on the phone with her parents. That's why I'm saying, if this doctor even speak English, y'all, so I'm missing something. I'm missing something. Y'all all know that the doctor should have called them parents. Called her mother and told her mother what was going on. And I'm going to make the call to say she need to go to the ER. She need to go to the hospital because I don't have all the equipment that she need here. I don't even have a defibrillator. She done already had a seizure. She looked like she beat to a post. She looked like she dehydrated. I can't get the IV in. I need to get her to the hospital. But the doctor sat there and allowed the so-called best friend to contact the parent. The doctor allowed the so-called friends to create the narrative. Come on. If $10,000 was missing from her, that's where it went. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's where it went. I heard some other YouTubers call the hospitals in the area and she would only have to pay a copay. But is the $5,000 a copay? Because it is some hospitals, I mean, even in the US, that's like that, where you still have to pay the copay. And they more considered like more private hospitals and not really the, for the public, like the big hospitals and stuff like that. But was the $5,000 the copay. If the $5,000 was the copay, I guarantee her father, if not anybody, her parents, her family would have put together that $5,000 and had her sent to the hospital had they known the extent of what happened to her. They was just told. I believe that when Khalil calls her mom, Khalil made it seem like she was having so much fun, not having so much fun, but maybe the impression that was left on the mother is that she was having so much fun that she was turned up and she just needed to like sleep it off for a minute. Had they known the truth, had they known the extent of the situation, I bet they would have paid that money. I bet they would have paid that money and had her sent to the hospital. They would have paid the copay because their father kept saying, think about it. When the father was interviewed, the father kept saying, well, she had insurance. She had insurance. So evidently he did not know, he had no knowledge that the insurance didn't work in Mexico. They did not tell the mother that because they told the mother that, the mother would have told the father, like, look, the insurance don't work over there. We need the money. So evidently they was not privy to that information. They did not have no clue how it worked over there. The father said in the interview, well, I'm thinking she got insurance. That's what was on his mind during that time. The mama probably felt like she's sick. She needs some medical attention. The father like, well, she got insurance. Because they probably did not know that she can't, that she, first of all, close to her death. And second of all, she can't be seen until she actually have $5,000, that copay, that $5,000. So, yeah. I mean, a lot of people use that statement and said that the crew was trying to extort the parents for money. And I don't think it was like that. For whatever reason, I don't really see an extortion. I think they kind of followed along with the protocol, the normal type of stuff. Like, okay, well, we're going to still call 911. We're going to still, but in their hearts, they was hoping that she wouldn't make it through because they knew if she did, we might have to answer to this. You know what I'm saying? So they heart, they probably was just like still playing it off, but still praying she didn't make it through. I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's like I said, that's just my opinion. You know, maybe they felt like we're not gonna tell the parents everything that's going on. We're not gonna tell, we're gonna say alcohol poisoning. We're gonna create this whole story in hopes that we get off. We trying to just get ourselves off at this point. Okay. At this point, we just trying to clear our own names. We ain't thinking about her. We trying to clear our own names. Right? Is that what y'all get from it? I definitely think if they had some money and then they go from 5K to 10K, you know, I know that the parents would have paid the 5K, but if she had 10K on her, they could have paid it with that. If they wanted her to go, they could have told the parents the truth and paid the 5K. Either way it go, the money was afloat. It was in the air. They definitely could have took care of her if they wanted to. They definitely could have got her some real help if they wanted to. That is the reason why I'm leaning more towards, oh yeah, y'all set this up. But at the same time, I don't know. But the fact that y'all didn't have enough sympathy in y'all hearts to try to get her some help. The fact that y'all pretty much left her there for dead and didn't care about y'all so-called homegirl, if not friend, but y'all didn't care about her. Y'all didn't care about what happened. Y'all didn't care about how she ended her. Y'all actually wanted her to end her life because y'all knew that if she didn't, it would be hell to pay from what y'all did. It's just sad, y'all. This whole story is just sad. It's sad. It's straight up sad. And like I said, the thing that gets me the most is just knowing that y'all literally went back to her mother and broke bread and sat down and lied to that woman. And like that, oh my God. It's sad. It's sad. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this live, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with me tonight. I will be back when we get some more information, we get some more updated stuff. I will come back and have a conversation with y'all. I really don't want to let this I don't want to let her name or her case go cold. I don't. I've seen this too many times. And it's just sad, especially when it do. So I'm gonna say, y'all, just keep talking about it. Keep having them conversations. Like don't let nobody bully you into not talking about it. Keep having them conversations. I know we gonna talk about it. Until the day we see her get some justice, we gonna keep talking about it. This is just, it's sad. It's sad. All right. All right, you guys. I love you guys, and I want you guys to be safe. Please be safe until next time. We'll finish this conversation another day. Love you guys. Bye bye. See you later.